eFootball just dropped a new manager in this week's update, and he might just shake up the long ball counter meta. Say hello to Roberto Martinez, the former Belgium and current Portugal manager, now available in-game with a unique blend of high tactical awareness, smart build-up behavior, and 2 powerful booster stats. But is he really worth replacing your current manager? In this video, I'll break down his playstyle, strengths, weaknesses, and whether he deserves a spot in your squad. On Thursday's update, eFootball introduced several new player cards, but also quietly dropped a new manager, Roberto Martinez. He comes in with a long ball counter playstyle as his main identity, while also having decent stats for out wide. Although his out wide rating isn't as strong, it adds tactical flexibility, especially if you want to experiment with width-based attacks. But it's his LBC setup that truly stands out, especially in the current game meta. In real-life football, Roberto Martinez is known for using a 4-3-3 formation with Portugal. But for this review, I've used my usual 4-1-3-2 system, and surprisingly, it works really well with him. If you're familiar with using Didier Deschamps, this transition will feel very natural, because the two managers share many similar traits. Their stats are close, and the playstyle logic is nearly identical, making adaptation smooth. During build-up play, I noticed that Martinez's setup allows players to find space more easily, as long as you're using players that match the tactic. If you can control the midfield well, you'll have multiple options moving forward into the final third. Since my system is strong in the central area, it made sense to continue with it, and Martinez fit that shape perfectly. Defensively, Martinez behaves similarly to most long ball counter managers. But from my experience, LBC managers tend to feel slightly more solid than traditional counterattack setups. Support range and compactness are well balanced in his setup, making short passing fluid. Not too tight, not too far apart. One thing I noticed though, is that the defensive line is a bit higher compared to Deschamps. We'll get back to that in the weaknesses section.
Gerrard. David Villa. Bellingham in acres of space out wide. He's got away. It's a mighty effort!
In the current meta, where counterattacks dominate the game, I've found that using a 4-1-3-2 setup with 3 attacking midfielders works incredibly well. And surprisingly, Roberto Martinez fits this shape almost perfectly. His manager rating is slightly higher than Deschamps', 89 versus 88, and while that may seem like a small difference, it reflects his overall tactical flexibility. More importantly, Martinez comes with 2 booster slots, ball control and aggression. For a long ball counter system, these are extremely useful, helping maintain possession under pressure and chase second balls aggressively. Compare that to Deschamps, who only has a speed booster. In terms of build-up play and player movement during transitions, Martinez is one level above Deschamps. Players make smarter runs and naturally find space, especially when breaking through the midfield. This is crucial when using 3 AMFs behind your strikers. The triangle structure allows for quick vertical combinations, and Martinez's system supports that beautifully. The midfielders don't overlap awkwardly, and the transition into the final third feels smooth and efficient. Compactness and support range are also very well balanced. Passing lanes feel natural, not too close, not too far apart, giving you options whether you want to switch flanks or play short combinations through the middle. And lastly, the slightly higher defensive line can actually be used as a weapon. It helps your team apply early pressure and recover possession quickly, especially if your forward line is pressing high.
Positioning so good from him. And it's Luis Suarez. And we've seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. Again. Corinthians so far providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. It's Bellingham. David Villa. Ooh, perfectly measured. Vinicius Junior! Engages and forces him off the ball.
Number 26, Mbappe. Number
Szoboszlai.
Messi, number 23.
Corinthians still have the cards to affect this game.
Substitutions taking place.
He's played him through. Great ball, and he's in. Tries a shot!
But like any manager, Roberto Martinez comes with a few weaknesses, especially if you're not careful. First, his defensive line is noticeably higher than Deschamps'. This can be risky if you're someone who builds up slowly from the back. One misstep during build-up, especially from your CBs, can lead to disaster. There's less recovery time and your goal becomes vulnerable. Second, his defensive coverage on the flanks is a bit loose. Like many LBC managers, you might feel exposed when facing teams with fast wingers or overlapping fullbacks, but this issue can be mitigated by assigning defensive fullbacks. So, make sure your LB and RB have the defensive fullback playstyle. It'll help you close down wide threats. Lastly, Martinez gives you more attacking flexibility than Deschamps, but that means you'll have to manually manage your defensive shape more often. If you prefer a plug-and-play defensive system, this might feel a bit loose. But if you're confident in adapting and reacting mid-game, this trade-off is manageable. So, is Roberto Martinez worth using? If you're already comfortable with long ball counter and looking for a manager who can unlock more fluid build-up and give you extra midfield control, he's absolutely worth trying. The two boosters, higher manager rating, and better positioning logic compared to Deschamps make him a serious upgrade, especially if you know how to manage space and transitions. But if you rely heavily on ultra-defensive setups, or don't like manually adjusting your line, you might want to stick with Deschamps. Still, for active players who enjoy fast, structured gameplay with dynamic movement, Martinez is a top-tier option. So, what do you think about Roberto Martinez? Have you tried him yet in your squad? Let me know your thoughts and what formation you're using with him down in the comments. If you found this review helpful, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss more eFootball content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Kaka. Now it's Nedved. He can run onto that. Oh, that's fabulous. Great hit! Goal! Inter!
Application in trying to win this, it means an awful lot, obviously.
Still anyone's game this. One moment could decide it.
Well, a goal either way at this stage would qualify as a steal.
That's a fabulous ball. Right there! Goal!
This team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again. I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect?
Being indicated.
He's got the